Hey there, I am Amish Mode, and this is a short guide for Spatula City Guild members to familiarize themselves with RC Loot Council going into 10.2's Amir Drasil raid. So a couple of things to note. Of course, this will be different for other guilds, but the way that Spatula City handles loot is that every 2 weeks, 3 raiders will rotate onto the Loot Council as voting members. And a couple of things to note: voting members on the council cannot vote for themselves. All loot decisions should be made with consideration to the team's raid progression, not content outside of raid, so that's mainly M+, but I suppose that could also be trial of style if you're really fiending for transmog. Loot priority should always be given to mains over alts, and finally you can only vote for 1 person per role, so make sure you're intentional with how you're deciding on your vote. So just a quick rundown here. Let's see, test 4. So the first thing that will happen once a boss is killed is everyone cheers for a job well done. Then this window will pop up for me with all the items that have dropped from the boss, and so this is just a test of 4 sample items here. I'll make sure that everything that's eligible for voting is selected, and then I'll click start. And what will happen is raiders will then have 60 seconds to indicate need, greed, minor upgrade, or pass. And items will be set to auto pass if people cannot use the item. So while people are making selections on their items, so for example, I'll hit need, minor upgrade, and greed on these 3. This window up here, the RC Loot Council voting frame, will be visible to Loot Council members. So you can toggle through each item by clicking here on their icons to the left of the window. And you can see, for example, the first item, I indicated need. Main spec need. You can see my current eye level. You can see the difference in eye level that it would be if I used that item. And you can see what I have currently equipped. So if you just hover over that, you can see the difference there between the item that dropped and then the item that I have equipped. So you can kind of take those things into consideration when you're determining who to vote for per item. Of course, I'm the only person in this sample thing, so I'll just vote for oh, actually, I can't vote for myself because I am a voting member. But theoretically, you could click vote, and then the number of people who voted would appear here under votes. One other thing to note that I forgot to mention is that when people are able to vote for an item, there's a space to leave a note. And if, for example, I had left a note in this drop for the Fervent Twilight leg wraps, that note would show up here under notes, and you could just hover over it and see whatever the note was. So, for example, you could put, I don't know, greed and then note transmog kind of a thing. And you would do the same for every item that has dropped. And so you'll see, for example, this one, which is plate wrists. I was auto-passed for that because I am a priest and cannot use those, obviously. So what happens is once everyone has voted on an item or voted on a drop, and we've sort of come to a conclusion that one person would most benefit from the drop for the progression of the raid, then we would go ahead and I would go ahead and click award, at which point that would announce who it was awarded to, and then I will go ahead and distribute that loot. So that was a short overview of how RC Loot Council works. Yeah, let me know if I missed anything or if you have any questions, and yeah, looking forward to 10.2.